Hi everyone, it's Jill from Gemally, Jill Goodson. A little history on the company. Um, we started a few years ago and the company was formed. Basically, a lot of us have experience in the CAD/CAM sector of the jewelry industry. I'm a jeweler by trade, but spent the majority of um, my career in CAD/CAM. And so in 15, we opened this company and we're looking around at the industry, figuring out what was going on, why were independent jewelers why were the big players in the industry gaining market share, and why were the independent jewelers having a hard time competing with those big retailers. And what we decided was that the big players had large marketing budgets and were creating a really engaging experience on the web to entice the clients their way. And so we wanted to give a tool to independent jewelers to compete in that same space. And so we created Gemally. And this is the front end. So basically, what you see is a website builder that's really easy to manage. So if you guys have been in the jewelry industry for any amount of time, you know it's a complicated scenario. You've got the jewelry metal market that changes every day. You've got different alloys that weigh different. Um, that have different specific gravities. So platinum is a denser metal, it weighs more, those type of things. So you have to have the database to run all of that, and then you've got to have the experience, the front end experience to make it an engaging experience. And so we created Gemily to kind of answer that to solve that problem. This is the front end. And I'll show you the back end as well, but I want to kind of focus a little bit on the front end here and show you we start you off with a variety of inventory, so some rings, earrings, necklaces to get you started. And then we have a bunch of content, so a bunch of pages that you can edit, and everything's customizable. So if you don't like our content, you don't have to use it. If you want to edit it, you can. If you want to use some of our pictures, you can, or you can use it as is. The idea is it's turnkey. If you called us up today and said, hey, I want to start a website today, we could within a day or two have, you know, some of your inventory up on your site along with our starter inventory as well, and you'd be rocking and rolling within just really a day. So um, anyway, let's take a peek at some of this inventory. So I'm going to go into ring settings and just kind of scroll through here so that you get an idea of the inventory that you get to start with. Lots of ring babies here. Okay. And then you've got earrings as well. And our inventory is expanding all the time. And then we've got necklaces. And the cool thing about our website is that basically um, there's three different flows. So you can start with a setting, or if you start with a diamond, you can start, instead of starting with a ring and then choosing um, the options there, you can start with a diamond. So if you know, hey, I want a princess cut diamond, then we'll filter the mounts that work for princess cut diamonds. Or you can start with a gemstone. Hey, it's my daughter's birthday. I want to get her a peridot. It's in August. I want to get her a peridot ring or earrings or whatnot. You can start with a gemstone as well. Or you can shop by style. So every design gets attributed with kind of their style filters, and that allows people to quickly get to product. So let's take a look at the magic. The magic really is this inventory, I don't know if I said this already, is comprised of either our inventory created by Gemily or it's vendor inventory. And vendor inventory um, is supplied by a vendor of ours, and if you sell that piece, you can either choose to order it from that vendor, or if you want to manufacture it yourself, you can download it. And there's a fee for downloading vendor inventory. Our inventory, Jenny Gemily inventory, is free to use. So if you sold this piece, you can download it and send it to your manufacturer, manufacture it yourself. The beauty of this is that it's an interactive experience. So your customer can come in here and engage with your product, see what it looks like while it's worn. So your customer can kind of visualize, what does a 1 carat carat look like on a hand? What does it look like versus a 1.75 carat? If I want to see what's available here, I've got a topaz. Oh, wow, beautiful, right? Maybe I want to throw some yellow gold on it instead of white gold. We could come in and see what that's going to look like. And again, the pricing is going to update while we're making these changes. So that's kind of the cool part of this, is that it's hooked up to the database. It works with that pricing. So as your client's making changes, it's keeping everything priced and up to date. Um, again, so you guys can kind of see here how this works. Um, oh, let me show you the next step. I'm going to go to diamonds because I think this is pretty slick. So when we hit select this setting, and you go to the next page of diamonds and say you choose whatever diamond you want, pick this diamond here, this JSI2. I think it will be a good one to take a peek at because hopefully we'll be able to see some stuff. Yeah. So if we want to, you see an image of the diamond. You can also view the cert if it has a cert, and you can filter on the diamond page depending on what you want to see, like if it has a cert or if it's done from GIA or whatnot. But here's the cert, and then also there's a video preview, so we can really get in there and take a peek at this diamond and see what's going on. Yeah, there's some inclusions in there. So I wanted to pick a diamond that you can really see what's going on. So if I wanted to go back and choose something different, hey, this one has too many inclusions, I want something that's a little bit cleaner. Again, you can filter this just like most diamond filters. If I want to go my bread and butter, I'm going to go, we'll go F to G, VS to SI, and let's take a peek at this one instead. Yeah, much cleaner. Okay. Again, the video preview. So, there's a pretty nice size inclusion there. So, it really gives your customer confidence when they're making a purchase, and confidence that you have the ability to service their needs. So you choose the diamond. Obviously, you can add it to the cart. You can go through the entire shopping experience. So that's a little bit about the interface and how everything works. You can send us your CAD files. We can upload it into the system. You can use our vendor CADs, all of that. So that's the front end of the site. Now I want to take you into the back end so you can see how easy it is to skin this thing, to make it look good, to set it up so that, it's themed with your brand, whatever that might be. And just give you a sense of how easy it is really to run your own website and to manage your own site. So let's log in. I'm gonna open up one of these pieces so that you can kind of see something here. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go to the back end. It's all on the web, so you can manage your site really from anywhere. Let's see here. Get this set up for. Nothing like being live, right? See how dirty my desktop is. Okay, so when I log in here, again, this is just our sample site. But the first thing you'll notice when I refresh is that once you're logged into the back-end panel, you see this extended pricing. Okay, so you can see how everything's priced out. This is your back end. This is how you can manage your website. The first thing you can do is kind of look at the products. So if you want to see the diamonds that are in the system, that sort of thing. If you want to add diamonds, you can import your own diamonds, you can import your own gemstones, import your own inventory, all of that good stuff. You can manage your categories. You have the daily metal rate with the ability to add a markup. Okay. It's super easy to manage. So, and when you change the markup percentage, it's going to ripple through the system. So it's not like you have to go in and manually update everything every time there's a swing in the metal market. So that's like, really a time saver. You can set your margins on diamonds and set I'll go through this in a little detail because this is really some of the beauty behind the scenes. So right now we have HSI1 goods as our Gemally default, right? And we're having a 100% markup, so you're getting double. Okay, if I want a triple key, I would set this to 200, which is essentially cost plus 200%. Okay, so if I wanted to change, say I want to change to carrying GVS goods, I can come in here, hit the edit button, change this to the default quality. Watch right down here, okay? And then I'll hit update, refresh, and then on the front end, everything just got repriced out on the entire site to use GVS goods at this triple key rate. It's triple key at this point because I have cost plus 200%, okay? So I can come in and I can play with these margins. If I have a dealer that gets better price on goods and I'm going to manufacture it myself, I can change it to where you just want to make sure that your charges reflect what you want to charge for the piece or for that particular item. So this is Gemally. Gemally gemstone markup works the same way. Okay, so you can come in and you can look at the cost per goods, choose the quality you want to put on the site, and then see how put your markup essentially. Large diamond markup, this is done per piece. Obviously, diamonds, it's a picker, so you're picking that gemstone like we saw at the beginning of the demo here. Each diamond, it's based on size, so anything from a quarter carat to 99 points, you set your markup range, and it is applied to that particular piece. Large gemstones the same way. We've got Gemally setting charges. So this particular piece is bead set. You can see down here that there are 16 accent gems and the setting price is $8 for bead set stone. Okay, and then so it's $128 to set all of those 16 bead set gems. So it's really robust and you can come in and you can control all of this. If I only want to charge, let's say I want to charge $7 per gem. I'm sorry, $7 would be 2 because let's go update, because you've got the cost plus the markup equals this. Essentially, if you manufacture yourself, like I said, you just want to make sure your retail price reflects what you want to charge. The way we have it set up is if you manufacture through one of our preferred vendors, we have it set up with their cost plus the markup to get the retail. Okay. So if I refresh, that's going to change to 7. I refresh back here. This is going to change to 7. And it's $112 to set the 16 stones. So it's quite robust how you can control everything. Large setting, same thing. This is kind of interesting though. So when we were creating this, it makes sense on a large center stone. Say you're setting a 1 carat princess cut diamond. You might want to charge a couple $100 to do that, right? The problem is if you're setting to a pair of citrine earrings, are you going to charge that same couple $100 for each of those larger stones? No, it doesn't make sense that you'd charge, say you're charging $200 to set this one. You can't charge $400 to set a pair of citrines into earrings. So the way we dealt with this was we did it based on the cost of the stone. So essentially you have a nominal setting fee, right? So we're going to charge $100 to set any large stone and then apply a risk fee to that. So the risk fee is a percentage added on by based on the cost of the stone. So if you have 5% on a $1,000 stone versus 5% on a $5,000 stone, or 5% on a $13 stone, it's going to apply the $100 plus whatever that risk fee is. So kind of a clever way of solving that, so that setting citrine earrings makes sense, and so does setting a large center diamond, or a really large emerald is, it's based on the risk, the cost of that stone. Labor charges. So labor charges, again, CAD, the cost of using a Gemally CAD is, there's no charge. Okay. You put your markup on it. This is what your customer sees. $150. You've got the cam fee, which is, to make the cam, cost plus markup equals retail. Same thing with cam 2. This is in the case of a two-toned, so you'd have two pieces. You would get an additional cam fee. Same thing with casting. If it's one tone, it's casting 1. If it's two-tone, you get this additional second casting fee added automatically. We've got a CAD fee for vendors. This is what I was saying. So one of our vendors charges $60 and one of our vendors charges $35. You still set your margin on top of it, and then your customer would see the retail price on the front end. Okay, so that's kind of how pricing works. It's really, really robust. Here's where we track your orders. We've got a list of customers, both if they register on your site, as well as if they use any of the contact form to connect with you. Okay, if they fill it out, we store that information in your backend so you can clientele. Let me show you some of this stuff on theming the site, because this is where the magic is and how simple it is to do this. So you don't have to call up your website guy and say, hey, can you make this change for me really quick? It's all easy to do. So you say, oh, I don't want to be advertising September sapphires because I want to advertise October, right? So you can come into the sliding banners. We load you up with a ton of these banners to get you started. If you don't like them, you don't have to use them. So if I want to advertise pink tourmaline because it is the October time of the year, I can hit update here. I'll come back to my September banner, toggle it off. Maybe I want to update, I want to do something with pearls this month. We can update that, and I'll turn off this repair one. Okay, and then I refresh, and on the front end now all of those will change. So I'm advertising the tourmaline. I should have a restringing pearls, and then the shop engagement ring. So all of these assets are available to use. If you want to add your own, you simply hit add, you title it, you set where you want it to link to if someone clicks on it, you upload the image, and then you choose whether it's published or not and hit save, and it adds it in as a banner. We also include, what dimensions we recommend for the artwork so that you can just best practices information. And I should probably mention that we do have a help section inside here so that it tells you everything you need to set up your site. Static banners are these bottom guys. We can choose different layouts. Of course, since we're on a wide screen, or to get my panel back now that since I wanted to show you here we go. There we go. I'm going to go back to full width. And let's see, you've got website controls. This is like SEO stuff, dropping in your store logo. Again, super easy. Find your logo. I don't have a logo handy. Of course. I'll just drop something in there. I'll drop this tanzanite. Okay, Not exactly what you'd want to use for your logo, but you get the point. It's easy to do. Um, you've got SEO, you've got customer care. This is your phone number. You've got your about, social media. That's what appears down here. Um, it's really simple to do. If you want to add Pinterest, you just put in your Pinterest address. And then when you refresh on the front end, you'll see the Pinterest icon updates. Um, we have custom pages. Custom pages, we load you up with these pages. You can edit them, or you can unpublish them if you don't like our pages. So, or you could add categories to it. Basically, this is a page builder widget. It's really easy to use. You can come in and you could add, say I want to add a block underneath this. I could simply add a block. Maybe I want to add a headline, and I can say, um, let's say, new inventory added monthly. Whatever you want it to say, okay? If I want to format the text, I can. I can simply come into the editor, go into text, tell it to center that, whatever I want to do here. And then when I'm ready, I hit save, and then I'll see a little green success down here, and then on the front end, we'll refresh, and you'll see that if I go into the collections, that has been added. If I don't like it, maybe I want a little bit more breathing room underneath the between every, between, you can control everything. So I can go into spacing, and I can say add some more padding at the top of that. And then when I hit save, I should see the green. Yep, refresh, and now it's got a little more breathing room. So it's super easy um, to edit this. I'm going to come back in and delete that because I really don't want it on my demo page. So I'll just delete that block out. Hit save. But we've bulked you up with all of this, all these extra pages. So we've got a custom design page. We've got, and there's call to action buttons in here so that you can connect with your client. We've got a repair page. Again, you can edit all this. I don't have a laser welder. I'm going to erase that. You can come in and you can do that, or you can reformat it or change images or use our images, whatever you want to do. We've got a gemstone guide. We've got birthstone guides. We've got a lot of content there that you can leverage. And again, if you don't like our content, you don't have to, you can build your own content, all that good stuff. Let me show you the theming piece, and then we'll wrap this up. So themes, we start you off with a number of preset themes. They're just kind of to give you an idea. You're probably going to want to brand the site yourself, and to do that's really easy. So if I want to customize a theme, you need to apply it first. I know that's applied because it's got this green dot, so I can come in and I can customize that theme. If I want to change my background color from this blue to, say, a green of some sort, I can come in and I can edit that. You can change the colors. This is your opacity slider. This, if you know the hex color, once I save it, once I refresh, and you have access to pretty much everything on this site. So you can, for example, if I want the background of the page to be black, right now I have it set to white. I can come in and I could change that to black, save, refresh, and we've got black. Now you need to come into your text and change your text to white. So right here, text color, you're going to have to go white, hit save, refresh, and now we've got the opposite. So it's super easy to to make modifications and drastically change what this site looks like. Again, you can control every aspect of this guy. So you can control the text. Maybe I want this to be all uppercase. No problem. That would be your header, your main navigation menu. We would hit add style. You can choose, it's not just colors. You could come in and you could say text case and say uppercase, save, and then refresh. And now I've got an uppercase text there. So tons of, we can come into fonts. We could change to this font, which is just not my favorite font, but I'm more of a simple, let's go with, this is our default. I like our default. Go back to that. So basically you have all of the ability to manage your site, customize your site, drive traffic to your site, all the SEO stuff. When you're ready to add your payment gateway, you can actually come in, add your token yourself. You can, if you use a different merchant, we can work with you on that as well. If you don't use PayPal, we have PayPal automated in the system. What else here? I think that pretty much covers it in the back end. And again, once I log out, that page, your detailed pricing is going to go away. And again, you have every control over this. So if I want to come in and say, hey, I don't like the images on black. I want to come in and I want to put something behind that. I'm going to go to grid view thumbnails. I'm going to add like a light gray. Hit save, refresh, whatever you want to do. Okay. So this is Gemally, and we are excited to hear from you. So check us out, www.gemally.com. Thanks for watching.